Yet another breakdown, but it didn't keep me from making my delivery, which was nice. Alternator this time. Planes flying overhead in Atlanta, where I got delayed a little bit. What are you gonna do? Rusty bladder problems, we're trying to fix that. Gotta meet another trucker at the Flying J in Georgia. Stanley's coming up. And all that and more on this episode of
The Clutch Trucker Channel.
Clutch Trucker, filmed before a live and fuzzy studio audience. Yep, that's Rusty, the world famous Meatball Dog. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker Channel. Alright, well here I am, broken down essentially in, where am I? Manchester, Tennessee. I'm at the Busy Corner Truck Stop, or Travel Plaza, something like that. Yeah, it's my alternator. It decided to go out on me. Of course, not when I was still, see, I've been having my battery still giving me low voltage warnings every now and then. Well, now I know why. It's been my actually alternator, it looks like, that's been not doing its full job. I have a battery gauge on the truck, and so it's always showing it's at 14 when I'm driving. But it's obviously not fully charging it. And of course, you know, when those go out like that, that's what happens. They'll be weak for a while, and then all of a sudden, they just die on you. And it's always in the worst spot. Because I was at the TA in Mount Vernon yesterday in Illinois, trying to have them check the batteries, making sure that wasn't the issue. And they said, no, your batteries all show fine. I'm like, okay, I still get low voltage warnings every time I start the truck, though. Well, now I know why. And I stopped at the TA in Antioch, Tennessee, to use one of my Ultra credits for a free meal on my way down this morning. And, you know, no, it couldn't happen there either, when there's a Freightliner right nearby where I can get the part. No, it had to happen 45 minutes later when I'm down the road, past Murfreesboro and all that, here in Manchester. Like I say, at least I was able to get into this truck stop, started calling around, found this DAR truck parts and service, and they're literally across the highway right here nearby me. And I said, look, it's an alternator, here's the part number, sent the guy the picture. He said, well, let me see what I can find. Then another guy from there calls me back a few minutes later, said, yeah, I'm the technician assigned to your case here. I'm 40 miles away in Shelbyville doing a job, just finishing that up. I called around, I found the part right here where I'm at. I'm like, fantastic. So he's gonna go pick that up. As soon as he's done with the job, he's gonna roll this way towards me, and should be able to get the job done here, and then I can get back on the road. So, you know, yeah, I got to pay road call prices, but probably no worse than a dealer would charge. 2 hours minimum plus the part, which is $228, he said. And does not require a core charge, which is cool, so I don't have to then stop by and bring that back to him. So, yeah, I was really bummed at first, thinking, okay, how am I going to make all this work? I got to deliver tomorrow morning, Sunday morning. By the way, today is Saturday, the 17th. I'm on my way to Georgia, like I talked about in the last video. Deliver tomorrow morning in Midway, Georgia, south of Savannah at 6:30 in the morning. And I booked another load yesterday, picking up in Aiken, South Carolina, about 160 miles from there. Goes back to Denver. I got that one for about $3,300. So I called in on a Monday, and they were only wanting to do 29. So I called again yesterday. I'm like, okay, I called you on Monday. Here it is Friday now. I know you got to get this covered because it picks up Sunday. Can we do better on that right there, can you? Yeah, they came up, so that worked for me. So nothing booked past that at this point. Something that one of my subscribers called me on that I may be doing for him. We'll talk about that in the next video. But so for right now, here I am. I'm just waiting for the guy to show up with the alternator and hopefully get me repaired and back on the road. And another way I know for sure was the alternator, because whenever I have the truck big engine shut off, I'm running the APU on the truck, which of course has its own alternator to keep the batteries charged all night. And as soon as before I even got out of the truck to check out what the part number was on this one, went ahead and started the APU, and then my GPS came back on, my dash cams came back on. So the alternator on the APU is charging the batteries enough. It's just obviously the alternator on the engine is the one that's got the issues. But at least we got that all figured out.
Everybody calls me Lunchbox.
Everyone calls you Lunchbox.
Yep.
All right, so you're the one doing the main job here, but so far it's going nice and easy at least.
So far,
Always love that.
make sure all these are tight, get the duct on, and you keep on trucking.
Awesome. So you're Justin,
I'm Justin.
which is a good name. That's my oldest son's name. So
Nice.
you're automatically in good graces there. So yeah, you guys were right across the highway from where I broke down here, basically.
Yeah, we have a storage shop over there.
So at least called the right place because you guys were able to get out and save me on a Saturday, which is kind of unusual. So appreciate it.
Not a problem.
All right, well, they showed up and they had the whole job done in 15 minutes. That was amazing. Now it's all charging like it should. So, boy, if I'm gonna break down outside of a major city or something, this was the place to do it, Manchester, Tennessee. So I'm very impressed. They were able to get the Alternator at a Napa up the road in Shelbyville, apparently, that also carries truck parts, where most of them wouldn't have carried this. I looked on O'Reilly, I couldn't find it there. So I happened to luck out, and it being Saturday. Now, if this had been Sunday, I would have been screwed. Nobody would have been available, have been available. So, but yeah, so we managed to avoid danger, so I can probably even keep on moving here, and I'm gonna get moving here in just a little bit. But thanks, yeah, to the DAR, D-A-R, I got their little card right here. What is it? Yeah, DAR Truck Repair, 24-hour emergency service here in Manchester, Tennessee. Right there. So if you ever break down here in Manchester, Tennessee, these are the guys to call, DAR Truck Repair. Very impressed. Well, if you're gonna break down and you have to do a road call, that is the way to do it. Now, they charged a 2-hour minimum, 145 an hour, and then 160 for the road call. So that's where most of it came from. The part was only $228, but total was, and then a processing fee because, you know, I used a credit card or a debit card, so $759 total. But you know, I was only off the road for 3 hours total. From the time I called them, well, not even that. From the time I got parked, so I started looking for someone to call. Bumpy, trying to get through Chattanooga right now, and all that. So, you know, and then that even included time going to the bathroom afterwards. Tennessee used to have some of the better roads in the country. Not anymore. They haven't been able to keep up with their maintaining of them. Yeah, this I-24 through Chattanooga is always bad. You gotta climb this hill, and then you come down the other side, and you go to the new interchange that they spent years building with I-24 and I-75 to try to relieve congestion, and now that it's been completed, does it? No. No. Congestion's just as bad as it always has been. Mainly, it's worse when you're coming north out of Georgia on I-75, and you need to go on I-24. It didn't help it at all. Built this whole brand new interchange. Didn't help a bit. Gotta love it. So you gotta wonder about the road planning in that regard. But anyway, so we're back on the road. We're heading now back down towards Midway, Georgia. Deliver at the Target Distribution Center there tomorrow, 6:30 a.m. And then we gotta go pick up our next load in Aiken, South Carolina. And that one goes back to Denver for a Thursday morning delivery, so we'll have a little extra time on that one, which is nice. Bouncy. Gotta love it. Well, at least we don't have the bad weather down here. Yeah, I had bad weather back there on I-70 in Missouri that I had gone through just hours before. So luckily I timed that one out right. Or I could have been almost a day behind. Stuck behind that, what do you think? Yeah, here's I-70 just west of St. Louis, just a few hours after I drove through it. Lucky to miss that. All right, now it's next day, Sunday, the 18th. Looks like that did fix everything, the new alternator. So I had to do a split last night because, of course, the delay with the repair, and of course then I got delayed going through Atlanta, as always, and south of Atlanta, even on a Sunday. Atlanta's just got some of the worst traffic in the world. But anyway, made it through. Got a couple of cool shots of planes right overhead as you're going by the airport down there. That's pretty cool. We'll show that in a minute. Right now, I just got loaded over there in Aiken, A-I-K-E-N, South Carolina, and I'm probably saying it wrong, so go ahead and correct me in the comments, please. And then now I'm heading over to PetSmart up the road here in North Augusta, South Carolina. Rusty's been having issues, like when I've been at a shop getting any repairs done, anything looked at. He gets up in the window, he gets just so excited, barks his head off, and he can't control the bladder anymore. He's an old dog. He's 14 years old. So I'm picking up a little portable pop-up crate that maybe I can put him in while I'm getting any repairs done, anything like that, to help prevent that. Also, Elliot suggested some doggy diapers, little wraps. I tried to order that online ahead of time, and they kept canceling my order, so I got to go inside the store to pick up this crate anyway, so we'll see if they have something that's going to work as far as doggy diapers go for Rusty. So right now we're just on this small little highway heading back over to North Augusta, South Carolina, just before main part of Augusta, which is in Georgia, but it's right there on the state line. So, and then I think we're just going to make it over to the TA in, I think it's called Madison, Georgia. Pretty much halfway between Augusta and Atlanta. I really don't feel like dealing with Atlanta tonight. It means I got to deal with it tomorrow, but it's already been a long day. With my split, I only got like 4 hours sleep last night. And so I would like to stop sooner and get some sleep. What do you think? Alright, was able to make it into that PetSmart and pick up the things I had, well, one thing I had ordered and the other thing I needed to get, because I tried to order online, but they didn't have it. So this is a little portable crate. So see, it folds down this small, and it's only 26 bucks. So when you undo the clips, which should be fairly easy. Alright, so then it just pops up. Aha! And you've got a crate. So I can put that down on the floor, put Rusty in there, so if I'm ever getting work done on the truck and it's cold and I don't want to have to walk him around outside, I can put him in there and then he can't see the people working on the truck. Because the problem has been when people are working on the truck and so forth, or I'm outside of the truck and I'm talking to other people, this turned into another situation tonight. He gets up in the window, he gets so overexcited, and he's old. He's 14 years old at this point. If you go by the traditional method of 7 years for every human year, that puts him in 98. If you go with the revised thing they've been talking about more lately with the smaller dogs, it's more like only 5 years. Still, it puts him at 70. He's much older than me. I'm almost 58. So thought, well, that was one thing that maybe will help him. The other thing I got was this. Elliot suggested this. My partner Elliot with L on Wheels, he's always been a huge pet fan. He's worked at pet stores before. And so this is the Top Paw disposable male wraps. It's basically little doggy diapers. See right there? Yep. But it doesn't go completely around their butt and everything. It just, for it's the male, it just wraps around them. So I've got some of these to try them out. There's 12 in here. And yeah, because of course after I got parked, well, I was about to get parked tonight here at the Flying J. And where am I? Union Gap or something? Union Point, Georgia. I met somebody else who was asking me all about what the box is on the back of my truck. And so I gave him the quick tour, and I was holding Rusty during that when I got back out of the truck. Then, of course, Rusty gets overexcited, getting in the window, and he gets up on my seat. And, of course, his peed all over my seat. This has happened now like 4 times in the last 4 days. And it's getting very annoying. So I got to find something that's going to work. So I got the little crate thing. We can try that as an option. At least that folds small, so when I'm going down the road, I can put it away. And we can try these little doggy diapers. So who knew I'd have to try that? But, you know, I want to be able to keep him in the truck, but I can't have him peeing on my seat all the time. That's a little bit of an ordeal. So, like I said, while I was here at the Flying J, I pulled ahead of the fuel island, went in and used the bathroom, came back out, and I got to meet Stanley. And Stanley was asking all about the truck. What is that big box hanging out the back of the truck? And I said, well, look, 2 years ago I remodeled this truck. So I kind of showed him everything, and he got a chance to check it all out. And, you know, I like showing off my remodel and how I've made living in a box here on the truck just a little bit better. So here's Stanley. Okay, we're out here at the Flying J, and where are we right now, Stanley?
I think this is Sparta. Hold on, I'll tell you just a second.
We're out here somewhere between Atlanta and Augusta on I-20 in Georgia.
Union Point, Georgia.
There you go.
Union Point, Georgia.
That's it. All right, yeah, because I just pulled up after I came back out from the bathroom. Stanley came over and said, I got to ask you, what's that big box in the back of your truck?
Hey, man.
So
Hey, he got a mini hotel up in there.
Yeah.
And it's neat, all set up right. Full-size bed, microwave, stove, pizza cooker, you name it. You got a blow-up doll in there, too. Her name's Susie. No, I'm just playing.
Hey, Stanley, nice to meet you.
Hey, nice to meet you, too, bro.
Not camera shy at all, is he? I like how he throws in the part about the blow-up doll, yeah. No, there's no blow-up doll in here, but funny guy. So nice to meet Stanley. Stanley, it was cool to meet you, buddy. Thanks for letting me take some vid. All right, and so backing up a little bit, yeah, after I got the alternator replaced yesterday, I was still, couldn't make it quite as far as I wanted to the TA just south of Savannah, but I was within an hour of my delivery this morning. Stayed at the TA Express in, Statesboro. I've never been to that one before. Not a bad place to stay. I would recommend that one. Made my delivery to the Target distribution center this morning at 6:30. They took about 3 hours, which wasn't terrible, and then still made it up to my pickup, like I talked about earlier. But like I said earlier, when I was doing the driving part, I always love it. I love getting shots of airplanes coming overhead, and that's one neat thing about going around the Atlanta area. That's about the only neat thing. Otherwise, the traffic in Atlanta just blows. But I always love catching planes. We got 2 of them. Yeah, I just love seeing planes coming in overhead as I'm driving down the highway. There's one, and another one came in right at me as I'm on the bottom side of the loop there in Atlanta. Gotta love it, baby. Yeah, it just makes for some fun video. What do you think? All right, so here I am. It is Sunday night, parked here at this, like I say, Flying J in Union Point, Georgia. I was trying to aim for the TA over there in Madison, but I was just feeling too groggy after not getting much sleep last night. So, but I have all day, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to make it all the way up to Denver, roughly about 1,500 miles, so that's not going to be a problem. And I deliver Thursday morning. Don't have any other load booked after that. And I do have to be in San Antonio for my daughter's. She did some more training with the Army. She's in the Army, Army Reserves. So I got to go to her graduation on the 1st in San Antonio, so I'm kind of working my way towards that. Well, thanks for tuning in for that one. Little repairs. We had to get the alternator done. Had to buy some rusty stuff to see if we can get you past that peeing on my seat thing, right? Because that's just a little bit too annoying for me. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe. Please like and comment. Get your comments as soon as I can. Sometimes takes a few days because I'm a working truck driver. Clutch Trucker on Instagram. Clutch Trucker on Twitter. X, whatever the frick they're calling it these days. And as always, TikTok, yeah, Clutch Trucker 5 on TikTok. And as always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty, out. I just always wanted to be with a man who had a special purpose. I have one! I have a special purpose! I was just too afraid to show it to you! Alright, you all ready? Is there something you want? What is it? Is it bacon strips? Is that it? Bacon strips? Yes? I think it must be. Alright, silly dog, there you go. All over it. Because he is a bacon strip dog. He's a bacon strip dog. Sometimes he eats too fast and he starts to cough, but he's a bacon strip dog. Ah, yes, happy doggy. All over him tonight. Yeah, it's been a pretty long day. All right, here's your other one. There you go. Yep. You get your bacon strips. I'm going to have, I've got a couple of quick trip meals in the fridge there. That I think one of them's the, bacon mac and cheese, bacon chicken mac and cheese. That's going to be my dinner tonight. All right, you all good? You got it? Need the happy dog look, Rusty. Oh, you're still munching. Happy dog!